Whew, we covered a lot of information in this module. So now it's time to summarize. We discussed two key concepts in this model: guided practice and independent practice.
We shared that guided practice can be led by the teacher or in small groups. Guided practice is the step after modeling information from a lesson. The importance of guided practice is to allow students a hands-on practice with the information learned and modeled in class before asking them to try the concepts on their own. This gives students time to comprehend and process the material, but also lets them have a safety net. The safety net of the teacher or other students to help out and answer any remaining questions they might have.
That's right. When the teacher leads a guided practice, the entire class is engaged. A teacher can do this by starting a sentence and allowing the class to fill in the information at the end of the sentence. There are various other ways a teacher can do this too, but the goal is for teachers to facilitate the activity and promote student involvement in the activity.
Less guided practice happens when the teacher puts students in pairs or small groups and asks them to practice the information from a lesson together. The teacher is still present, but the students themselves focus on producing work and helping each other understand and process information.
Now, let's talk about independent practice. Independent practice provides the students an opportunity to show the teacher that they truly understand the lesson. Tests, quizzes, essays, and presentations can be used as independent practice, but teachers can also use other outside-the-box activities to engage students in independent practice. Ultimately, independent practice allows teachers to see just how much, or how little, students understand the lesson. If a teacher notices the entire class struggles with the independent practice, the teacher can choose to spend a little extra time going back over the information, probably using a different method than before, so that the students can better comprehend.
Independent practice can be done in class or outside of class as homework. For in-class, independent practice activities, the teacher should be sure to go over the directions and make sure students clearly understand what is being asked of them. While students are working on the activity in class, the teacher should be walking around the class, checking on students to ensure that they're following directions and staying on task.
Our three teachers presented some examples of guided and independent practice. We saw some really strong examples, but we also saw a few weaker examples. We hope you noticed that there are different methods that can all be viable options for you in the classroom. Now, it will be your turn to think about how you might handle guided and independent practice activities in your classroom. Think of one of the objectives you created earlier and have already designed the instruction for in our previous module. What guided practice activities could you do to help students achieve that objective? What independent practice activities could you use to find out how much the students learned and if they can complete the task on their own? Don't be afraid to think outside the box and try something new. If you need help, be sure to ask your classmates in the discussion boards for ideas. Of course, be sure to have fun.
In our next module, we'll be discussing the final piece of designing instruction: assessment. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time on Teach English Now.